Hello dear students of the first secondary stage and welcome to a new lesson. Today we're gonna deal with Unit 8, which is entitled the robots. In specific, we're gonna deal with the first word we have is the abbreviation GPS. GPS is a noun. It is a countable word, and it is the abbreviation for the Global Positioning System. Example: people can use the GPS if they can't find a place. The next word we have is hybrid vehicle. Hybrid vehicle is a vehicle that has both an electric motor and an ordinary engine. It uses the ordinary engine when it needs extra power. By the way, the word ordinary can be pronounced in a different way. In American English, we pronounce it ordinary, but in British English, it is ordinary, and both of them are right. Example: hybrid vehicles use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. طبعا the word hybrid بمعنى هجين، يبقى hybrid بمعنى هجين أو مختلط. The next word, familiar with. It is an adjective. Familiar is an adjective. It can be followed by the preposition with. If you are familiar with something, you know or understand it well. Example: most children have become familiar with computer games. طبعا the word familiar means يعني منسجم مع أو لديه معرفة ب. Familiar to. Familiar to is an adjective. If something or someone is familiar to you, you recognize them or know them well. يعني شخص أو شيء مش غريب علي، فأنا أقول it is familiar to me. Example: Mustafa talked of other cultures as if they were more familiar to him than his own. Navigate. Navigate is a verb. When someone in a car navigates, they decide what roads the car should be driven along in order to get somewhere. Example: GPS helps you to navigate your journey from one place to another. طبعا navigate بمعنى يبحر، كمان navigate بمعنى ينتقل أو يسافر مستخدما مركبة أو غيرها. Find out. Find out is a phrasal verb. It means to learn something that you didn't know before. Example: the police have found out the criminal used poison to kill the woman. The police, as you know, the word police is a plural word. بتعامل معها على إن هي كلمة plural، عشان كده استخدمنا have not has. قلنا the police have found out، اكتشف، يبقى find out معناها يكتشف. The criminal used، إن المجرم used poison، استخدم السم to kill the woman، لكي يقتل المرأة. Get around. Get around is a phrasal verb. It means to travel from one place to another. معناها يتجول. Example: Ahmed could get around Paris in his car without a guide. استطاع أحمد أن يتجول في باريس بسيارته بدون مرشد. With a click or with a touch of a button. We can use at instead of with. At a click or at a touch of a button. طبعا بالعربي we call it بضغطة زر. بيقول لنا with a click of a button أو at a click of a button ممكن أقول with a touch of a button أو at a touch of a button. يقول لنا to do something with the click of a button means to do something very quickly, very easily. To do something with the click of a button means to do something very easily and quickly, usually because of new technology. Example: you can buy anything online with the click of a button. تستطيع أن تشتري أي شيء عبر الإنترنت بضغطة زر. Now, dear students, let's shift to the exercise. Choose a correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1. Susie has become familiar space the Chinese cuisine. Familiar from, familiar in, familiar at, familiar with. Yes, bravo. It is the correct answer. Familiar with. The next one. You can communicate with people around the world. As you know, the word communicate equals contact. Communicate with, contact with. It equals get in touch with. So communicate with, equals contact with, equals get in touch with. All of these are synonyms. كل دي مترادفات بتدي نفس المعنى. In Arabic بنقول عليها يتواصل مع. فبيقول لنا you can communicate with، تستطيع أن تتواصل مع people around the world، الناس في كل أنحاء العالم، space a click of a button. يا ترى of a click, from a click, no, to a click, no, with a click of a button. Bravo, this is the correct answer. With the click of a button, بضغطة زر. Number 3. Space vehicles use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. Hyper? No. Hyper vehicles? No. Hybrid? Hybrid vehicles? Yes. Hybrid means هجين أو خليط. وإحنا قلنا إن hybrid vehicles use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. So the correct answer is hybrid. طبعا hydrate معناها يجفف من الماء، وhygiene اللي هي النظافة الشخصية. The next one. Captain Cook safely spaced his ship without an accident for 100 voyages. Captain Cook safely made his ship, navy his ship, navigated his ship, or navigation. Here in this sentence we need a verb. So it can't be navy and it can't be navigation. So we can use either made or navigated. But the meaning of the sentence cannot be the right one without navigated. If we use made, it can be a wrong one. So the correct answer is navigated. Navigated his ship, أبحر بسفينته without an accident for 100 voyages على مدار 100 رحلة بحرية. So the correct answer is navigated. Read 3 online posts about technology, then answer the questions. We have a pre-reading question. What is the best invention today and why is it so great? Please leave your comments below. We have a comment by a boy or a man called Bahir. Bahir says, "The internet is the best invention that we have today." You can find information about anything you are interested in. Take care. we have the word interested. And interested is an adjective. It is usually followed by the preposition in. Interested in. مهتم بي. It's beneficial. Beneficial is an adjective. It means مفيد. It's useful. So it's beneficial to find something for a school project. يعني بتفيدنا لما نيجي ندور على معلومات لعمل مشروع دراسي. I'd never be able to do my homework without it. يعني بدونه أكون غير قادر على عمل الواجب المدرسي بتاعي. The internet also makes life easier in your free time. Makes life easier. Yes, easier is an adjective in the comparative degree. In your free time. Free time equals spare time equals leisure time. So free time equals leisure time spare time equals spare time. Okay. You can buy anything you want online. ممكن تشتري أي حاجة online from the internet with a click of a button بضغطة زر. You can also communicate with your friends easily. قلنا يعني communicate with equals contact with equals get in touch with. يتواصل مع. Even if they live abroad. حتى لو الناس اللي أنا عايز أتواصل معهم يعيشوا بالخارج. Now we're going to shift to another comment by خديجة. بتقول in my opinion. طبعا in my opinion is a phrase which we usually use to express our opinion. هي عبارة بنستخدمها للتعبير عن الرأي. ممكن أقول in my point of view أو in my view. يبقى لما أجي أعبر عن رأيي ممكن أقول in my opinion, in my point of view, in my point of view. يعني من وجهة نظري. بتقول إيه بقى خديجة؟ GPS, which is an abbreviation for Global Positioning System, is the best invention. ده من وجهة نظرها. GPS helps you to navigate your journey from one place to another. Okay. You can use it when you visit a town that you are unfamiliar with. طبعا احنا خدنا familiar with. طبعا if you say you are familiar with something فانت بتقول او انت عايز تقول ان انت عندك معرفة او معلومات عن هذا الشيء. Okay, so if you are familiar with a town فانت you know the town, you know the places in the town. In the past, people needed maps to get around. طبعا to get around معناها يتجول. Get around معناها يتجول. But GPS is more beneficial. طبعا beneficial is an adjective which means useful. مفيدة أو نافعة because it tells you what to do. تقول لنا ممكن نعمل إيه. If you don't know how to get to somewhere, لو أنت مش عارف إزاي توصل لمكان ما, the technology will tell you exactly where to go. Now we're going to shift to another comment by Rami. Rami says, most cars, buses, and other vehicles need petrol. Okay, but petrol is becoming more expensive. البنزين أصبح أكثر غلواً أو باهظ الثمن. What would we do if we didn't have petrol? طب ممكن يحصل إيه لو إحنا ما عندناش بترول، بنزين؟ طبعا إحنا عارفين إن البترول is a non-renewable energy. هو non-renewable energy، طاقة غير متجددة، فممكن يخلص. فهو بيكمل بيقول fortunately. طبعا fortunately is an adverb which equals luckily. luckily لحسن الحظ equals fortunately. طبعا the opposite is unluckily. unluckily. Okay. And the opposite of unfortunately is fortunately. Fortunately is the opposite of unfortunately. We now have hybrid vehicles. عندنا دلوقتي hybrid vehicles. Hybrid vehicles use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. For this reason, the vehicle uses a lot less petrol. There are also cars that are only electric. They cannot go long distances. Distance معناها مسافة. Although they are helpful to travel short distances like to school or to the shops. Now, dear students, we're going to shift it to some questions. The first question we have is, how has the internet made shopping easier than before? The answer can be like this. The internet helps people to do shopping online with a click of a button. ممكن تعمل shopping من على الإنترنت with a click of a button بضغطة زر. Question number 2. How do hybrid vehicles help people save money? إزاي المركبات الهجينة بتساعد الناس على توفير المال؟ The answer is, hybrid vehicles use both petrol and electricity to drive the engine. يستخدموا كل من البنزين والكهرباء في تشغيل المحرك. For this reason, the vehicle uses a lot less petrol. Now, dear students, we have come to the end of this lesson. Wishing you good luck and bye-bye.